Sometimes you gotta dig to find the profits. So we are heading to Savers today. We just were eating at this Port of Subs and realized we were in the same parking lot as Savers. Now, if you've never been to a Port of Subs, imagine a Subway, but good. So wish me luck. We're gonna see what we can find here at the Savers today. This definitely caught my eye. This is Two-Face, I think it is, from Batman Forever, the Tommy Lee Jones one. Applause, vintage 1990s. Definitely would have bought it, but it has a giant crack chip or whatever. $3.99. If that was in good condition, I'd pick that up all day. That would do really well in our auction. This looked interesting, FAO Schwartz, but the bottom was like taped on, so it would stay on. And I didn't even bother looking it up once I saw that. This is interesting, completely empty. They're just selling the box, I guess, or somebody took the stuff from in it. Historically, I have bought a lot of the older Yahtzee electronic games. This was $5.99. I thought this was a no-brainer. Put it in the cart. I was ready to go, and then I looked at comps just to be safe, and it looks like it goes for about $14 shipped. So I'd make like $2 if I bought that, so I'm going to pass. This is pretty neat. This is a retro style, not actually retro, rope, Titleist, FootJoy hat, a little misshapen, unfortunately, and a youth size, which isn't great. I'd buy this for a couple bucks, but at $6.99, I'm gonna pass. I had no clue that New Balance did like industrial work shoes, the steel toe shoes, 589s. These look like they go for around 40 used plus shipping. They're asking $15.99. Was definitely gonna pick them up until I looked closely. There's little holes and some damage, and the profit margin was already a little thinner than I would have liked, so I'm gonna pass with that damage. But these, look out for them. If you find them for $5 or $10 and they're in better condition, I'd pick them up all day. So this might be a problem for me. There's a whole bin of sports cards. This is my kryptonite. I love selling them. Most of this stuff is late 80s, early 90s, which isn't great. Here's a couple things I could have bought. Like these are late 80s, 87 Topps football. There's Bo Jackson's rookie year, Jim Kelly, stuff like that. 86 has Steve Young. I doubt those players are in those bags at $4.99, so I'm going to pass on those. This is a bag of Yu-Gi-Oh! I am going to pick these up because I'm trying to learn them, and also I can make a couple lots out of this on Whatnot and probably make a profit. Worst case scenario, so I'm going to try those, but the cards, I have so many, so I'm going to pass. This is a stadium giveaway for a preseason game this year. I was actually at the game, did a video on it. I sold 3 of these from $15 to $20 a piece back when they first came out. $10.99's about what they're worth right now, so they're not worth picking up. So it's about time to wind down the heavy focus on buying Christmas items. They sell all year round, but in late November, early December, you could buy a lot of stuff and move it quickly. This is a cute Winnie the Pooh. It wasn't super overpriced, but we decided to stay away from that. Just, with the season ending, there wasn't enough meat on the bone, so we decided to pass on that. This is vintage, and at $1, I might have picked it up, but ties tend to move slowly for me. But this, I believe, is from the 1990s. But Dawn is picking up this Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer ornament. That's not super expensive. I think they only wanted $2.99 for it. We had 20% off today, but we decided to save it because we're hitting up another Savers right now. Gonna start out with a Hail Mary, see if I can find some luck in the video game section at a modern thrift store. It's tough. Back in the day, 10, 11 years ago, I found a bunch. That's worth about $10, so they had that priced right. But unfortunately, nothing there. These all caught my interest. They have newer years, important or successful characters. This one was a limited edition employee gift. I thought that would be good. All of them, I looked them up. None of them worth the money, unfortunately. But those are worth looking up. This is cool. Department 56. I was super stoked to find this costume sale. 2-piece set, $9.99. Before I even looked in to see if it was complete, I did some comps. Not worth as much as you'd think. I wouldn't make much money. This is something I've never seen, and I had to pick it up. It is a Nick at Night. I don't even know if they still have that channel. Golf Classic Trophy, some sort of prototype, I guess they did. Probably a classic they had here in Vegas, but I had to pick that up. It wasn't that much either. We had 20% off as well, so I'm going to pick that up. This is pretty cool. Here is another one of the stadium giveaways for the Golden Knights that they did this preseason. I bought these recently. If you get them for a few bucks, still worth it, but it's $7.99, just not worth the money. This little red wagon caught my eye. Unfortunately, it's just super generic, and if you can look, one of the ladders is broken, so always look carefully. That might have been a buy if the ladder was there, but I'm going to pass. This is a find for our Whatnot auction that we're going to be doing on Monday when we get back from Utah. We're on our way up, hitting some thrift stores here in Vegas. We're going to be in Utah for 4 or 5 days, come back and then do a Utah finds auction, Utah trip finds auction. It's This is a 1990s Lion King complete card set. It's going to cost about $325. Not a bad deal. Look where Dawn is, where Dawn always is, in the plush section, and she's finding some stuff today. So this find right here that Dawn's about to show me is a blast from the past. You remember this? 1984 Hasbro Wuzzle. They are asking, it looks like $5.99. We got a deal on it, so 20% off. So under $5. Needs to be cleaned up. Not big money, but this will probably go in our Whatnot auction. They go on eBay for around $15 to $20 plus shipping. This right here is a 1993 Ertl, they make all like the tractors and stuff. It's a talking cow, vintage. Pretty cool right there. This is one of those play Halo weapons from the video game. Pretty cool for cosplaying or just for whatever. $349 is a steal, so that's under $3. We're going to pick that up all day. It'd do well in the auction. It would also do well on eBay. This right here is another Gemmy. We just sold so many Gemmies in the last couple auctions. These do really well for us. As long as they work, we can't really test them. I guess we could bring batteries, but we didn't test them here, but it looks in good condition, and we have pretty good luck with them working. This we've sold, I think, in an auction before. Colorful, fun. We're going to pick that up as well. And Dawn's telling me right here about looking up some of the smaller versions of this one that sell for around 20 bucks. This is a larger version, so we're going to end up probably picking this up as well. Not a super big amount of money. Here's a vintage 1990s Clifford the Big Red Dog. It's a puppet. You can tell by that like vintage heavy Scholastic tag on it. We're going to pick that up for the auction. We tend to do well with pretty much any vintage 80s and 90s plushes. Dawn's in there digging. This is something I never do, but Dawn is in there looking for deals, stuff that people have knocked over. And she's had luck in the past finding stuff through all this digging, so we'll see what we can get. I was pretty surprised to see this right there. This is a new with the tag modern Pokemon. I'd stay away from a lot of times, but it's only going to be a little under $3. So we're going to pick that up. That's going to go in the Whatnot auction. New with the tag. I'm excited. I found that one. Here's all the digging paying off. A corduroy bear. Look, $15. Somebody took a $17 offer, or under $17 offer. In great condition. We're going to put that in the basket. Probably another thing that will go in our Whatnot auction. Another vintage Clifford puppet. We got two of them, so now we have a lot for Whatnot. That's what we're looking for. Lots tend to do a lot better. Lots of good hats in the hat section today, which is nice. One of my favorite things to sell, super easy to ship, and we've been having a lot of success lately on Whatnot selling them. That's a modern Fanatics, which is a company that's out of here in Nevada, Chicago. Not Bulls. There's a Bulls one. That one was a Bears hat. This is nice. Mitchell and Ness, I believe, or Hardwood Classics. Lakers hat. We've got an autographed Jim Beam racing hat. Lots of stuff to look up. Ooh, this is one that Dawn pointed out. This is a Kona Hawaii Harley Davidson hat. Lots of them. Let's see which ones we want to pick out. This is another one, new with the tag, fitted. It didn't have a price tag on it, so I'm not sure what they were going to ask. We're going to go through them, see which ones we want. I decided to pick up this Kona Harley Davidson one. I think I can get about $20 to $30 on it plus shipping. It's going to cost us about $5.50. So I thought really hard about this Los Angeles Lakers hat. I was thinking about getting it, but it's a little misshapen, a little bit dirty. It would take some work. It's $7.99 too, so a little pricey. Ultimately, I pondered it for a few moments, but I decided to put it back, just not worth the trouble. Next up is this Robbie Gordon autographed hat. I was on the edge about it, but then I saw the price, $3.99 with 20% off. So we're paying somewhere around $3.25 for it. We're going to pick that up at that price. Let's see what jersey this is. That's a random one I didn't even see, but let's see who this is. This is Brian Urlacher, Hall of Famer, $14.99. Not a terrible price. I couldn't find this exact make of this Reebok's jersey, so I decided to pass. This is a little beat up, but look at the price, $3.49. Troy Polamalu. At that price, I will we'll work on cleaning it up, and I think that will go in our auction and do pretty well. Well, guys, we are on our way to Utah. We're going to be there for the next couple days, so stay tuned. I'm going to be working on a lot of bin videos. I might not have any bin videos from this trip, but when I get back, I will have a lot of footage that I will put out. So it's going to be awesome. We're going to be inside the bins. We're going to be going to all sorts of thrift stores and all over the place. So there's going to be a lot of good daily footage and some stuff that I can use for the next month onward.